Hey, it's Dr. Karas from Karas Health and Chiropractic, and today I'm going to be talking about the sleep cycle. Now, a lot of people don't realize how important the sleep cycle actually is. And one of the biggest things is that for the longest time, humans have been in the same sleep cycle as the cycle of the sun. So when the sun comes up in the morning, we would wake up. When the sun goes down at night, we would go to sleep. And there's a big correlation between the way our hormones work and the way the sun comes up and the way the sun goes down. So when you wake up in the morning, your cortisol levels get really high. So cortisol, a lot of people know, is a stress hormone. It's not always a bad hormone unless there's too much of it. And when you wake up in the morning, your cortisol levels go really high. As you go throughout the day and it becomes nighttime, what happens is those levels start to drop. And when those levels start to drop, your body's going to start preparing for bed. Well, at nighttime, what happens is your melatonin levels are very low. And when the sun starts to go down, your melatonin starts to come up. And it's supposed to stay up all night, and it's what makes you sleep, fall asleep, get a deep sleep. So if people don't have the right cycle with the sun and the time they go to bed doesn't work out very well for the sleep cycle, then it's going to throw their hormones out of balance. So melatonin and cortisol are just two of many hormones that are in this balance, the different hormones that are in your body and the balance with the circadian rhythm and the night cycle. So one of the biggest things you want to do is try to wake up in the morning as close to when the sun is supposed to come up in the morning, and then also go to bed at night as close to when the sun sets. Now there's a big difference between summer and winter. In the summer we have very long days, and so our cortisol levels are high a lot longer in the summer than when they are in the winter, because in the winter the days are a lot shorter. So in the summer you can get away with 5-6 hours of sleep, but when the winter comes around, a lot of people can really benefit from having 9 hours of sleep a night. If they can get a little bit more, that's not necessarily a bad thing. And so when you go to bed at night and your cortisol levels are supposed to drop down, but if you stay awake and you're sitting in light, for the whole time humans have been alive, the light that we have, the man-made artificial light, has not been around. So it hasn't been around that long. Before then, when the sun went down, you had nothing to do besides really go to sleep. And when the sun came up in the morning, then that's when you would wake up. So at night, when the sun goes down and your hormones are supposed to switch, your cortisol is supposed to go down, your melatonin is supposed to go up. But when people stay awake, let's say the sun goes down at 8 o'clock, and people stay up until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, midnight. And when they stay up past the time when they're supposed to go to bed, their cortisol levels stay very high. And what happens is, anytime you eat past that time, the cortisol is going to release a lot of sugar into your blood. When you have excess sugar in your blood, you're just going to gain weight, and you're going to store everything you eat as fat. So one of the biggest things you can do towards weight loss is going to bed and getting a good night's sleep. If you're staying up till midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night, or into the morning, you're going to have a very, very hard time losing weight, if not making it impossible to lose weight. So the biggest thing is, get a good night's sleep, go to bed at a good time, and try to balance out your hormones. So hopefully that gives you a little insight onto the sleep cycle and gives you some good hints on getting a good night's sleep. So this is Dr. Karas from Karas Health and Chiropractic.